Hey, what's going on, party people? Look, Sean Cannell from Think Media just posted another video to the channel regarding his desk tour workstation setup. And I noticed he mentioned something, the issue he was having with the Rodecaster Pro and actually having to bring in an additional audio interface. The Audience ID4, I believe, is the one he's using specifically because he was having an issue where he wasn't able to cut his audio from the speakers he's using with the setup, you know, without it creating a feedback issue. And so I commented and replied, listen, it's not like I know Sean like that. Maybe I'll get lucky after today, so I don't want to make it seem like we're having a conversation. But I'm in the comments, in the chat, because the Rodecaster Pro actually does have a setting to where you can mute your outputs if you are using desktop speakers. I'm pointing as if you can see when I'm pointing it right now, but I'll show you that in a second, where you can mute those things automatically when you're actually talking directly into the mic. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes real quick and show you exactly how I have that set up, and hopefully this will help you. Sean, if I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm taking a shot in the dark, you know what I'm saying? I try to offer solutions to everybody. Hopefully this works, but come on guys, let's take a look and see if we can, you know, figure this thing out. All right, so right now you guys see me using my iPhone. I'm actually using my iPhone as an NDI camera right now. So you see I have the Rodecaster Pro here, and just a small, simple setup. I've got some Mackie CRX, these are the Bluetooth CRX3 BT version. I have the Rodecaster Pro going in USB-C, going into my iMac, running all of that into Ecamm. So you got the ZV-E10 with the Sigma 16 over here. All right, but we're not really here to talk about that, so let's not get into the setup. But I have the output going, coming from the Rodecaster Pro, going into the actual Bluetooth speakers, okay? And one thing I want to show you is where these settings are. All right, so first of all, if we go into settings, all right, and then we want to go into advanced, then you want to go into audio, you want to go into operations, and then you should see that right there where it says automatically mute outputs. So what happens is, as you see, I'm talking right now, I'm on fader 2. As long as I have this fader up, and pay attention, I have these other faders up as well. As long as I have this fader up, there's going to be no audio coming out of these speakers. Now, right now, you're hearing me come directly. I'm talking through the Shure MV7X, but what I'm gonna do is switch over to the iPhone microphone because I want you to be able to tell that you're gonna be able to distinctly tell the difference between me talking in this mic and the iPhone audio, so you can actually hear the audio coming directly from the speakers, so I can show you exactly how this is gonna work. So I'm gonna switch over, I'm gonna mute this input, and I'm gonna make sure I enable the iPhone audio so you can actually hear what it's gonna sound like when I do everything through the speakers. All right, so right now you should be hearing me come directly through the iPhone microphone. You should hear a distinct difference, okay? And so what Rode did, they built this technology in specifically for like radio, live stream, broadcast, so you don't get the feedback. So what actually happens is, and y'all forgive that shake, what actually happens is my fader is up right now, but say if I'm in a meeting or I'm broadcasting live and I want to play some music or something like that coming from my this particular source right here, like I have my phone plugged in where I just may go to YouTube, audio music library or whatever. So I'm going to start playing some music, okay? So you can see that there's audio actually going on that fader, but you can't hear that. Right now, you can't hear it. One reason you can't hear it is because I have the speakers muted. So what I'm going to do is actually pull this fader down, pull my mic fader down because I'm talking, and then you will hear the audio actually come through the speakers. So you hear that? So you hear how that changed? All right. And so then when I turn the mic back up, when I turn my actual mic back up, then that's when the audio goes away from the speakers. When I'm going to point back to the speakers, I'm going to pull the fader down again. I'm going to pull this down because in the radio station, this is what you're actually going to do. Or when you're broadcasting, this is the typical technique you're going to use. So I'm going to pull this back and the audio should come back from the speakers. And you can see the broadcast meters are going there. I'm still getting audio. And the beautiful thing is I can still hear everything going on in my headphones. So I'm still able to monitor everything. So if there's anything else playing, I'm still able to monitor everything going on in my headphones. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. This is loud, so I'm gonna turn that down. All right, so hopefully all of that makes sense. Yeah, so hopefully, again, all of that made sense. Like I said, I do apologize if it wasn't the best quality of video, but I wanted to get that done real quick. So again, the whole point of it is like, say for instance, you're working in radio broadcasting. Typical techniques is while you're talking, you don't want that audio to actually be coming through the speakers while you're speaking. All right, so but I can still monitor my input. I can still monitor the mics coming through the headphones and all of that. It's just that the audio is then going to cut out from the speakers, so I'm not getting feedback, especially if you're using a condenser microphone. Dynamic microphones, depending on how your setup is, the distance from your mic and your monitors, your speakers, whatever, you can eliminate some of that feedback that way by maybe changing the physical configuration. But if you're using a condenser mic, it's going to pick up everything. You're probably going to get feedback as soon as you turn it on. So again, hopefully that makes sense. Again, go into your settings, go into advanced and operations, turn on that automatically mute outputs. And like I said, you should not have a channel. You should not have a problem. As long as that fader is up, as long as you're talking, it's going to kill everything coming out of the speakers, but you will still be able to monitor everything in your headphones. So I'm hoping, Sean, that works. Everybody else that has a Rodecaster Pro and you weren't aware of that feature, I hope that works. Anybody that doesn't have a clue what I'm talking about, I hope that you found some value out of this video. And please, if this is your first time watching, feel free to hit that like button. Also subscribe and click that bell notification so you can be informed every single time I post new content to the channel. But until the next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.